Lord Heavenly Father, please bless us today. Give us the right words, give us the right spirit, uh, give us the Holy Spirit so that Kevin, Johnny, and myself uh, can live in the faith and walk in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen.
It's Ray Ives, pen of an underdog, CEO of Johnny's Movies and Popcorn Company. He just gave away his book to our waiters, so he doesn't even have the book to show.
All right, and this is how we are going to start this show. Welcome to another edition to Talking with WIT Kevin and Son. Today, I have a very special guest. And as you notice, this was the first time we've ever opened up with prayer, but we're talking about vision today. Today's guest has been a visionary entrepreneur since the age of 9, starting the Sanibel Islands Saturday movie and popcorn night for the tourists, for the children of the tourists that were vacationing on this island. Since then, this man's following and his vision has grown ever since. Our guest is the founder of Vision Miami, a new concept networking group that has brought the arts and music and business and even the world of politics together around the theme of vision. And we're all going to learn what a great vision is. His name has been mentioned in countless numbers of trades, named Miami's 50 most creative people by the Miami Chambers of Commerce. And here today, he is going to talk about the next level of vision. We're going to talk about a global vision conference. And the fun thing we're going to talk about is movies and popcorn and how that vision. Let me welcome you to another episode of Talking with Kevin and Son. This episode is brought to you by RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast Network. And through the power of our stories, our mission is to uplift, share our stories and visions and experience and perspectives using the framework of teaching, learning, and modeling. And believe it or not, our purpose is very simple: hope, helping other people every day. And my guest and my good friend, he is the master of vision, Johnny Be Good Regan. I just gave him the Johnny Be Good. Welcome, Johnny. How you doing?
I am great. Hey, go, Johnny, go, right? I love it.
There
Chuck
you go.
Berry, come on. You can't see my feet, but I'm actually doing that Chuck Berry move down under the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to someone that does not need an energy drink, Johnny's bloodstream runs pure with caffeine and adrenaline. He is by far one of the most genuine and purest people that you're ever going to meet. I've interviewed over 300 and something odd people. And, you know, when I talked about success and the secrets of success, I'm going to make this man and list him as one of my top 100 people. And hopefully he'll share his life of how he lives an effective life and sharing his vision with that. Johnny, again, thank you for taking time. And this has been fun from the very start. People don't know yet, but we originally started out to do this interview on the beaches of Miami and the scenic background. If you can imagine, is freezing cold here in PA. We're waiting for the solar eclipse to happen. So I don't know, everything could go wrong, but right now everything's going right with Johnny.
Yes.
So Johnny, let's peel back the layers of this story a little bit and turn back the time. 9 years old, 9 years old, and your name is attached to being an entrepreneur. Why the hell were you trying to go to work at 9 years old? Tell me about that. How did that start?
Well, for an entrepreneur, a vision becoming a reality is not work. It's fun. I mean, I just happened to make money. I was on Sanibel Island. There was no movie theater. There was no real entertainment at night for kids. And so I would go to the different hotels, the Moorings, the Sundial, the Shell Beach, and I would collect the kids that were vacationing there. Say, tonight at 7 o'clock, I'd make up tickets. You're coming. I got Johnny's at Movies popcorn night at the Moorings. And I would rally them to. There was something to do on the island. I just happened to just know a ticket. You get an experience. You're getting your popcorn, and you're going to see a movie. And the movie at that time was just a little 8mm turn camera, battery operated 5-minute 8mm film, which was really, but I gave them an experience. So it wasn't work. It was joy. It was fun. It was you know what, Kevin, it was love. It was, I was good at gathering and telling them we're going to dream and applaud, at the end, everyone applauding, and then let's see it again. Let's see it again. So that's where it started, the experience of dreaming in a movie and being around and throwing popcorn at your neighbor, right? The fun. I just happened to make money. And I remember bringing home the money and counting it on my, with my mom. So that was my first entrepreneurial venture.
Well, you know something, I wish there you were on LinkedIn so I can apply for a job because I love movie and popcorn. And I have a little bit of a confession to make. I love licorice. I love licorice. Every single book that I've ever written, I have had that giant bag of licorice because I got a little bit of a mouth fetish. But I love your passion. I will tell you from the first time I met you, and we have a mutual friend, Blanca, that has a show similar to one of the shows that I do. Is called Laws of Life. I want to thank her for allowing you to be in my life, and I want to thank you for allowing me to be in your life. We have something in common. All right. You're a track star. And so the one thing I've noticed about runners, vision, vision. Talk to us a little bit about and share with the audience because you were a state champion in a couple events, and you tell a wonderful story. I would love for you to tell the story about the conversation when you're going to be interviewed by your coach with an audience.
Well, okay. This is bold. Visionaries are bold. So I had gone the year before undefeated in the 800 meters, and my team is going to be interviewed on the radio. The pole vaulter and the long distance man, me and my coach. My coach just happened to be an ex-Marine. And so we're in the radio station, and the whole school is listening, right? The whole school is listening. And I had a plan because actually I had a vision of dating one of the coolest, most incredible girl in our school. Her name was Holly, and she was a senior, Kevin. So I'm a junior, and she's a senior. Wait, and she's dating a junior in college, and so she's way out of my league, right? There's just girls that are seniors dating juniors in college, driving. She had a Mercedes Benz. She's the coolest. She doesn't even look back at lowly juniors, right? But I saw something in this girl. I saw light in her, and I had a romance. I saw something that I wanted to experience, which was her dating, right? What else is there in high school? And so now I'm bringing you back to the radio interview, and the radioer Joe interviews the pole vaulter. Yes, so you did this, and then you didn't, and he goes, yes, I'm going to. And then he interviews the coach, and the coach says, yes, we plan. Everyone's really calm. And then he gets to me. He goes, so Johnny, you were undefeated and this, and you really quite a runner last year. Yes, Jim, that's correct. Now I was me. I was enthusiastic. Look, I'm moving now. And all of a sudden he picks up, I have someone here that's with me. And we're going back and forth and having a great interview like me and you right now. And then he goes, so Johnny, you're undefeated in the 800. You didn't lose even the hurdle. You're undefeated. Who do you think is going to be your biggest competition this year? And I looked him right in the eye. And I said, Joe, without a doubt, it's Holly. And I said her last name. Now he looks back at me like he knew who it was. My coach is as angry. He's looking at me with fire in his eyes. The other two guys are cracking up because I just said the girl's name over the radio. The whole school is listening. And he just went along with it like, oh, yeah, that's a big runner. That's going to be really cool. I didn't mean to put him on, but I wanted Holly, right? So we get back to the interview's over. He was really happy. We did a great job. I'm riding back in the van to home with the coach. No one says a word, Kevin. You do not. No one's speaking. It is silence. And he drops me off. That night I did not sleep because Kevin, I'm nervous right now as I'm telling this story. The whole school's going to know. He mentioned Holly's name. He's going after her. He loves her. And so I get to school. Kevin, first of all, everybody's looking at me. Reegs, they call me Reegs. Regan's my last name. Reegs, Reegs. This is like drama. And I'm going to see her in third period sociology. So the whole school is building. And I get in there and I sit down, and she's two rows up to the right. And Mr. Case, the whole class is silent. Mr. Case says, so Johnny, anything you want to talk about the interview last night? And everybody knows, and everyone's silent. And I say to Mr. Case, I think I said it all last night on the interview. And he goes to Holly, do you have anything to say? And she thought it was the greatest. Kevin, 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in the Mercedes. She's driving. The college guy is gone, and I'm with the love that what had become the love of my life at that time. I grew closer to God again because of her. I found my vision, my purpose, a romance that changed my life because I was bold. I went after something. I let everything else go, and she had probably the biggest impact of anyone at that time, other than my father. So is that the story you were talking about?
That's exactly the story that I was talking about. And when I talk about passion and vision on my end, I always ask people when they want to do something is, what do you care about most? And the reason why you set that up, it just leads into the question as of today. What do you care about the most?
I care is that there are hungry children in the world. I care about most that every child on the planet would have food and clothing, the basic necessities of life, and then the ability to have movies and popcorn, right? Movies and popcorn, to be able to dream, to be able to be safe, to have what I gave those kids on Sanibel Island at 9 years old, the experience of being fun and joy and vision, right? Who do I want to be in the world? Who did God create me to be? And that happens in movies, right? The magic of movies. So that is the most important thing in my life. Johnny's Movies and Popcorn Company is the most important thing in my life, and sharing this vision that in a fun, exciting, and beautiful way, we can inspire a movement to decide every child on the planet now deserves to have food and clothing and movies and popcorn, because we can do it.
And this is exactly the reason why I wanted you on this interview. It's because, our world's questionable. The way that we view things, the way that we move with people, we move within our community, and how we see our place in the world. It's complicated. Everyone's too easy to be offended. What does peace mean to you right now?
Peace is an internal thing. As excited as I am, when you ask me that question, Kevin, you could feel the peace of God, peace being safe, right? So although I'm talking about the fun of movies and popcorn experience, a child is safe and at peace. They've been fed. They have their basic necessities in life taken care of, that they're safe and they're at peace, and now they're able to dream. They're able to envision their life. They're able to feel their worth and dignity.
I appreciate that. I set that question up for a reason. One, before I ask the next question, I'm probably going to ask you a couple of times and do it slowly. If someone wanted to reach out to you to either interview, have you on as a speaker, and like I will say, when this man speaks, people listen. His enthusiasm is contagious. I'm telling you, he is worth the money that you will pay to have him come and talk to your people, be it a personal event, a professional, social event. The conversation of his enthusiasm is catching, and there's no cure for it once you get it. How do people get in touch with you?
They could go to the globalvisionconference.com. Just Google Global Vision Conference, and they'll find my information. And they can find out about the next conference. They can find out how to be a part of the movement. They can join us globally. Everyone can make a difference. Everyone can be a part of this. I have a video on there from Sanibel Island telling the story of what is a vision. I go into what is a vision right from my island. So Global Vision Conference, just Google it and my website will come up.
And we're going to talk about in a quick second. I set that up for the reason you are a personal friend. I'm trying to figure out the answer to why. At every stage in our life, we have to answer that question, and it keeps getting redefined. But as a friend, I can't figure out. You're a good-looking man. You're extremely successful. You live in paradise on an island. Let's talk about your vision and relationships. And please tell me that you're in a relationship, because not 69% of the people on the East Coast that are freezing their butt off are female followers of Talking with Kevin and Son. And if Johnny tells you that he is single, I already know the answer. I just want to hear him say it. Your vision and relationships. Are you single, Johnny?
I'm single. Yes, I'm single.
Wait a minute. Let me repeat that again. Johnny Regan, are you single?
I am single. I am a single male. And yes.
And what's your vision for a relationship?
Well, it's an interesting question. And I'm only letting you get away with this. Blanca wouldn't even ask me that, because Blanca knows, don't cross over there. Don't mess with Johnny in that area. Keep talking. So, Kevin, I have not been in a serious committed relationship in over a decade, because my vision of every child, movies and popcorn, food and clothing, the Global Vision Conference, holding space for people's visions, has been my passion, my purpose, my calling, and my highest romance. It has been my highest romance, my heart's desire. And after the last Global Vision Conference, number 10, we did our 10th. The vision got into the collective consciousness. You are a part of it. You feel it. It's a movement. It's a spiritual movement. The movies and pop affects people's spirit, right? And so after that, I was able to release it and let go and allow others to hold it with me. And now, Kevin, I'm telling you, on this podcast, for the first time to your global audience, yes, I'm single, and I'm open to a beautiful romance. I'm totally open to it. Why not? Why not? My romance is there. The thing I miss most, what I miss most in the last 10 years of not being in a committed relationship, is when I do something great, Kevin, like, Johnny, you were incredible today. That's the one thing I do miss, that I have missed. And so you're hearing it here, that I am single. I absolutely, I just adore women and who they are on the planet. Where women are empowered, children don't starve. The villages, the cities, the communities where women are empowered, children don't starve. So there you go. I don't know. Did you ask
No,
me
you did a good job. Now you want to know why I asked you that question?
No.
It's because okay. I have a lot of very successful friends, both male, female, straight, gay, indifferent, or whatever. What happens is, when you have a great vision, it's like being on the superhighway. There's always an exit ramp. There's always an accident. There's always slow moving traffic. And there's always a redirection that gets pushed. When people come into someone's life like yours, the vision has to be shared vision. The energy has to be shared energy. In order for those two forces to be together, each person has to have a vision that the supporting person has to fall in love and share. There's a time and place when it's your time, and you just need to be present. That's in either his life, her life, or whatever. And the reason why I wanted to set that up is because you are one of the most genuine people that I know. There is no excuse. And I always say that if you are a female and you look at Johnny and his energy gets you, I always say to people, you know, you're always going to hear very busy people that have a great vision that will say that they don't have time because they're focusing on this. But I'm going to tell you, they do have time for the right person with a vision in order to complement and to be able to share that platform with someone.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I said, you know, in all
I
life,
love
don't
this guy. Don't you
you don't
guys love Kevin? Isn't Kevin? Who asks these questions? Who tees someone up? And it's
yeah.
why I trust you, brother. It's why I trust you. You're the only one that could have gotten away with that question and answer.
Well, you do know I kind of set it up as we were going along. I knew where I
No,
was
I didn't
going
know it.
in it.
Oh no, I had
Yeah.
no idea what you were doing. I totally trust you. I didn't know what you were doing, but I trust you. You know, people trust me with their visions, brother. And when I hold someone's vision, it's a powerful spiritual heart-centered thing that I do. And it comes with great trust. And so I'm just complimenting you that I love you and I trust you, that I was able to just share something that no one knows about me, that is just now opening up, which is romantic relationships that are coming my way.
And we're sharing this with our audience. We're sharing a true friendship. I always say, and I'll say this at the end of this show, the friends in my circle, they're not the type of people that drive by an accident. My friends, we stop and help. We don't ask any questions. And if Johnny calls or I call and need something, we don't ask why or whatever. We just said, don't do anything to hurt us. These are the type of people that we bring into our circle of friends. And I wanted to say this because when you talk about global vision, it's normally on Sanibel Island, but I think the weather has changed some things. Let's talk about global vision. I'm going to segue to that and get off your personal stuff. I may segue back to this because you're just that good and you deserve someone stellar, someone special from that. But you're doing great things on your end of the world, and I hope one day that I can earn that place and be part of that world one day. So that's my shameless plug and without giving you my resume. So tell us about the Global Vision conference
Um,
is coming up.
on June 7th, we are going to live stream from Hollywood Beach, Florida. Hollywood Beach, what a great place for visions to come alive. It's a 7 hour show where we have visionary speakers, artists, children, all around the theme of vision and raising the vision of the world. We're going to be in the top penthouse of the Diplomat Hotel. Um, Glass open up, looking out over, filming, looking out over the Atlantic Ocean in the most visionary location where anyone anywhere in the world can come live and be inspired by the speakers, be inspired by the concepts, be inspired to live your vision, as well as help us spread the word. What is your vision? How can we help you? We're going to be going out to orphanages and inspiring children to live their vision. We're all connected. Everyone can make a difference. So junes.com website, but it's a place for visions to come alive. It's a place for your vision to be expanded and a place for you to be a part of a movement. This is a movement. And people are catching on that, of course, with all this money, with all this food, with all this, how can any child on the planet tonight not have the basic necessities of food and clothing and movies and popcorn?
You're totally right. And believe it or not, this is going to sound funny. We had a little bit of audio breakup while you were giving the information about that. And I happened to look down at the clock. Right now, we are going through a solar eclipse. I was warned not to do any interviews today because technology will be questionable, but we had put off Johnny's interview a couple of times, and I said, this has to be done. So for those of us that are listening, I would try to edit some of the breakout, but this is someone whose gift to this world is treasured. Johnny, I was told, and as a young person, as an entrepreneur, to live without a clear image of your own vision is to live someone else's vision or someone else's dream. I do quotes a lot on one of my shows. How's that land on you when you hear something like that?
You know, it's sad. To me, it's sad. I'm looking out over the ocean to get my thoughts together. Um, you know, Kevin, I've never met anyone. I've done thousands of vision sessions. I've never met anyone who sat down with me and didn't have a vision. You see, I could start to cry now
Yeah.
because the purity, the goodness of every human being, soul, every human being is created for great works and to live a vision. And so to hear, if you're not living your vision, you're living someone else's, right? What a sad thing not to be doing this unique snowflake that God created, this unique diamond. Why not to be living your vision and to be living someone else's, you know, fill in the holes to what I want you to be doing, work, whatever society tells you to do. So you're a work of art. You're a masterpiece. Everyone's a masterpiece, and your vision deserves to be brought out.
What's the one constant theme that runs through your life?
Love, love. Vision's about love. This is love. You know, we were at three different spots trying to get the right backdrop here on the beach today. And the CEO of my company, Ray Ives, and I worked to get it, and then we just got this right spot to speak to your audience. But it's love, right? It's love. You're standing with someone. You're taking your time to put this out, to capture me. You took the time to get to know me, to ask these questions. So the one constant theme is love. My create beauty. Love comes from beauty. What is beauty? What is love? What is God? That's the one constant. God is love. Love is God. God is the one constant in my life, and being in service to Him.
And that's one of the most amazing things. One of our first interactions on the phone, you prayed for me, and I think we've done that. People, everyone has faith on some level. It's just like, how sweet do you want your coffee, or how sweet do you want your drink? Some of us like a little teaspoon. Some like a tablespoon of sugar, and some people just want it black. Um, I say this because I had a conversation when someone explained to me there's 3 cups of water. They're all filled at the same. One is filled with love. The other is filled with hatred. And the third is ignored altogether. When you hear something like that, what do you think that happens to each of the cups? And connect that scenario to the human soul or spirit. Again, the first cup is filled with love. The second is filled with hate. And the other is filled, but it's ignored and abandoned.
I don't know. You know, I am not this smart for these kind of questions, Kevin. I am not this smart, but I don't know. We fill the cup. We take the cup that with love and pour it into the one that's empty. I don't know. You know, I don't have hate in my life, so I don't even understand the cup with hate. I don't know why. I don't hate anyone. I don't have it. I don't know that hate me.
All right, it was a little bit of a trick question. I'm a writer, so when something hits my head, it's like, let's see how profound it would be and how much of a difference it would make. I just know that if you can water a tree and give it love, and it will blossom. If you water a tree and give it fertilizer and yell at it, it will wilt. If you ignore it, the leaves will fade. And so, that's the reason why I asked that, because the day that you prayed on me is the day that my soul needed you. And I want to say thank you. And I hope to our listeners, and I'm going to ask Johnny one more time how to get in touch with him, and how to be part of the Global Vision movement. The reason why I'm sharing these stories, because this is a human being. This is a person that does not have to do what he's doing. But when you ask someone that wakes up in the morning and he's serving a higher purpose than just showing up, Johnny Regan is the poster child of what good looks like. Johnny Regan is that vision of what, when you open up a Valentine's Day card, his fingerprints are over every word of love. Johnny Regan, when you see him standing in a room, even though he's standing there alone, the room is full with people because he provides hope. That's Johnny Regan. Johnny, if you can, tell people how they can get in touch with you. We froze a little bit. Again, the solar eclipse is playing and having its way with us today. So hopefully that, we can fix the audio portion of our show. We've talked about a lot of great things with Johnny. We talked about what he cared about most, and that was his vision since he was 9 years of age. And he started Movies and Popcorn, a program that's still going on. We had some technical difficulties, Johnny, at that time. We talked about what Johnny is currently working on and he's making difference for other people. We also talked about Johnny being single and being in love. Now, what I'm going to ask, why we're still having Johnny, because I'm listing you as one of my top 100 people that are living a highly effective life, and everyone has a secret of how they live their life. It could be 1, it could be 10. I came up with 12 when I did mine. This question was asked to me from another podcaster, so I was just curious what my friends had. You live a highly effective life. You're extremely successful. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about your bank account. So ladies, don't look at him as bank account. I'm talking about the deposit he makes into everyone's heart when he's in the room. Share with us the secrets of your success and how you live a highly effective life.
I wish I could give you the secrets. I show up and I surrender, Kevin. I can't give you, I don't have something profound. I don't have 12. Show up in love. Show up and surrender in love. The reason I didn't get the 3 is because all you had was my heart in that moment. I couldn't go up to my mind to think, give an answer. So I've just shown up and I surrender and I try to love. Whatever that is, whatever that's like, I don't know. I don't know, but I feel it. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Love is a feeling and an action. And so I felt it. Then I took the action of the actual love is action. And I said, I would like to pray for you, brother. I felt you and we prayed. Well, you can reject me, you could say who's telling you, but that was love all out. I've been all out in this interview. And you have too since the day we met. And that's how we ran, right, man? That's how we ran. That's how we ran. We saw out, we envisioned we're gonna reel that guy in. We're running all out, man. We're running, we're gonna hit that tape. And those ladies in the stands are going to be turned for us. So I don't know. Show up, surrender in love, and your heart will lead you.
And that was, as much as you say you didn't have anything profound to say, show up in love and your heart will surrender. How profound is that? That looks like it should be on a t-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in touch with Johnny Regan, you can go to his Facebook page, facebook.com/Johnny.Regan.7 and reach out to him. If you look up in Google, the Vision Global, did I have that right, Johnny?
Global Vision Conference. Vision Conference.
And that is when?
June 7th, live all over the world, 7 hours.
All right. And my dream is one day to be one of your guest speakers one day. Johnny, I want to thank you. Thank you for coming and being a guest. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being a shepherd, a servant of a higher power. I want to thank you for being part of this energy that wants nothing but good and peace, for this universe. I want to thank you for creating the Global Vision Network and conference. And I want to thank you. And you got to add some licorice to movies and popcorn. All right.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
we got to get some licorice in there because
We're gonna have it June 7th. We're gonna have licorice. Absolutely.
I'm in. I love licorice. And Johnny, I always ask all my guests this because, again, as stated earlier, my friends are not the type of people that drive by an accident, and be careful with the people that you surround yourself with. And my friends are very unique. They are the people that stop to help without question and without any reward. You are one of those people. If you had one ask, that means if someone that's listening to this podcast, this interview, can grant you your one wish, and I say make this big, what would your ask be? ASK.
Oh, without a doubt, that they would hold the vision, that they would hold the vision of every child on the planet with clothing and or every child on the
All right. And Johnny said he would like to ask, his one ask would be to hold the vision that every child be free and have the ability to be loved. I think that's exactly what he said. So, with that said, I want to thank my listeners for tuning in to another episode of Talking with Kevin and Son and being part of RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast Network. If you like what you've heard and you would like to be part of this story, go to info@rmkproductions.com. No, let me correct myself. Go to info@rmkproductions.org. We are no longer a .com. If you like this interview, and please forgive me because the universe is kind of messing up with the technology today, so we will try to clean it up as much as possible. Go to RMK Productions and Network on our YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. And Johnny, 1,000 times over, I appreciate you as a human being. You are a gift to this world. I love your enthusiasm. Like I said, if I had to be addicted to anything, I want to be addicted to your passion. I want to be addicted to your vision. And I hope the world gets connected with you and become hooked on Johnny Regan as my friend, Johnny Be Good. Thank you for appearing as a special guest in my top 100. My grandfather always said, when you get to a place in life that you can help someone else out, it is your duty to do so. He said, reach one, teach one. And with that said, we'll fade to black and we're out. Thank you, Johnny.